into the essence of who you are. I want you to really understand the benefits of tapping into the Living Soul guidance system. Let's go. So the Living Soul guidance system is this beautiful system that really helps you tap into your personality. It's truly the perfect profile system. It is based off of your birthday. It's going to be based off of the numbers in your birthday. So your month, the day, and the year. And those numbers are significant in what makes up your energetic makeup, your energetic profile. So for like myself, I have androgynous and I have masculine energy according to my birthday. When it is paired with universal principles, I have more masculine and androgynous energy within my makeup. Now, of course, I am a woman, all the things, but my energetic makeup is very masculine and androgynous, and it's dominant and it's submissive and neutral as well. So within the Living Soul, we use birthdays, and your birthday is going to tell you which archetypes. There's 9 archetypes that are based off of 9 universal principles. And your birthday is going to tell you which 4 archetypes, really have a strong influence on who you are. So you have your moon, which is going to rule your subconscious and your emotion. You have your sun, which is going to rule your ego and your ambition. Then you have your earth, which is your body and your heart connection, right? And then, of course, you have your living soul, which is your consciousness. So the beautiful thing about the living soul, you get to really dive deep, okay? Because this universe is based off of numbers. And so we take the numbers from your birthday and we put them alongside of the universal principles. And it really just brings together this beautiful report that will help you tap into how you see the world, how you show up in the world. And it's so on point. So on point. When you receive this report, you will read it and you'll be like, wow, people have said these things about me, or I know this about myself. So it'll help you understand how you manifest, like what your superpowers are. Is it when you think something, it comes to fruition. When you feel into something, it comes into fruition. When you write something down, does it come into fruition? When you support others, does it come into, it shows you so much about yourself, things that can really change the trajectory of your life, the intricate details. Now, what I like to compare it to, but it's not the same, is like zodiacs. Everyone tends to know about their sun and the moon and the rising if they're really into it, right? Also life path numbers. We all have life path numbers that are based off of our birthday. This is very similar to that, but so much more detail. Personality traits come out of the Living Soul guidance system. Behavior traits. Why you do some of the things that you do. Why you don't do some of the things that you don't do. Talk about understanding your kids better. Get your kids' profiles, okay? As soon as your baby, say you're pregnant, as soon as that baby is born, get that baby's profile report, and you will understand how your baby's going to communicate. You will understand how your baby is going to see the world. You're going to understand if your baby is going to be, one that needs a lot of touch and attention, or is going to be very independent. You will understand your baby's love style. So let's go into love style. This report will also bring out what type of love styles you naturally navigate in. Now, like I said, you're going to have 4 archetypes that show up in your report. They're all influencing each other. So there's not just one that you're going to be. Remember, we're very complex beings, right? So love styles, there are 9 different love styles. Each one of the archetypes within the Living Soul guided system has its own love style. You can understand more about your partner. If you're just now starting to date someone, getting to know someone, get their birthday and get their report. Understand what kind of a person you are connecting with. Decide if you want to connect with that type of a person. Really be able to take control and take the reins on so many different things in your life. So I also wanted to bring up how the Living Soul Profile Report can also be extremely beneficial for those of you that have businesses and you have employees. This is a really great way to understand your employees. Understand, like, if you're a leader, you have to, hands down, you have to be able to take accountability, right? You have to be able to take ownership of things. You have to be able to pretty much move in a manner that you are able to communicate with multiple people, multiple personalities. The living soul is that thing for you. This is it. This is it. You want to understand who you're working with. You want to understand how to communicate with them. As a leader, it's not so much about them being able to communicate with you. It's about you being able to communicate with them. And how do you do that? You have to understand them. You have to know them. Of course, time does that as well. But if you could have the Living Soul Guidance System, you have something to cross-check. As time continues to navigate and you have a couple of employees, you can have this report on hand, on deck, and understand them as time unfolds. Know how to address situations, issues, and problems with them as they arise. Already understand how that person communicates, how they're already naturally thinking. So I just wanted to talk about the Living Soul Guidance System because I mention it just in just about every single one of my videos on this channel. And it's also something that I use within my coaching, the coaching part of Empress Expressionz. And so I highly recommend at the end of my videos that you get your Living Soul Profile Report. And so I really wanted to just, touch on the benefits of it. It's a one-time, low-cost self-investment. Low cost, $45, and it's automated. So you literally put your information in and then it's sent directly to your email. And when I say that this is life-changing and game-changing, I mean that. And that's not just to, sell this to you or anything like that. This is actually game-changing. I have gotten the report on both of my kids, and I feel like I show up so much more powerful for them because I actually understand and get them now. And the thing is like I get this report and it takes, it's detailed. It's a beautiful layout. It's detailed. But as I continue to read into the report and go back to the report and kind of refer back to it, I see these things in my children. Like my son is a triple soul promoter. I have a soul promoter as my living soul archetype. So we actually share the same living soul archetype. My daughter has a 3 in her chart as well. I see it in them, especially in my son. And in my son, when you tend to have when you have multiple of one archetype, you will tend to see extremities, right? You will tend to see the light side of that archetype, but then you're also going to see the shadow side of that archetype. So I am able to help him navigate. For example, his birthday was recent and he's a teenager and he's definitely a mama's boy. Well, I travel to where he's at, right? Because my kids live with their father. So I travel to where he's at, I pull him out of school early, and we go hang out for the day. And I surprised him by upgrading his phone, getting him a new phone. Well, before I even get to him, I'm talking to him, and I wanted to surprise him, but that got, the cover was blown, right? I think his dad ended up telling him, or I don't know what happened, but he knew. So then I just ended up, conversing with him about it and letting him know, hey, I'm gonna come and, grab you out of school. Well, my intentions were to grab him out of school on his actual birthday so we could hang out on his birthday. And this is actually the first year ever in all of his 14 years of life that we've like had this type of setup as far as the way that I mother. So anyways, so I'm talking to him and trying to orchestrate some things with him on seeing him for his birthday and hanging out with him for his birthday. Well, he had some other prior engagements at school. Well, because I know that my son is a triple soul promoter, and his driving pursuit is gratification. So he likes things that feel good. He wants the things that feel good. Like, and this is showing up 3 times in his report, right? So I know the shadow side of gratification is definitely going to show up for him just as much as the light side, right? So I'm talking to him and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about coming for your birthday. We're going to do, we're going to hang out. And he was like, okay. And at first he was like, well, I have something at school I need to take care of. It probably wouldn't be best for you to pick me up early. But then the surprise got blown that he was getting a new phone for his birthday. And when he found out he was getting a new phone for his birthday, he didn't care about no school. He didn't care about nothing that he had to do after school. He wanted to hang out with his mama and go get a phone and go eat. Okay? That's what he wanted, the gratification. But because I knew that about him, because I know that he was going to be pulled into, I want to go do what feels amazing. And he even told me, he was like, oh, I'll deal with the consequence of that when I get back, when I get back to school. And I was like, it made me laugh because I feel like in the past, before I knew his Living Soul profile report, I would have probably went ahead and pulled him out of school, because I'd have been like, you know what? I'm super big on my kids making decisions and understanding, especially when like his age, realizing that you have choices that you have to make. And I lead and I guide and, mother the way that I feel like I should. But with this Living Soul guidance system, I'm able to show up more powerful. So when he was like pretty much putting all of his responsibilities that he needed to take care of at school, he was going to put that on the back burner, I was able to step up and be like, you know what, baby? Take care of what you got to take care of at school, because he was already having to take care of this because he didn't take care of something else. And so I was like, take care of what you got to take care of at school, and I'll come the next day. And then you don't have to, worry about trying to fix what, you've left undone later. Like, you don't have to add more to your plate. And once I said that to him, I think that he was able to then give himself permission to just go take care of his business. And my mom will, and because my mom, she'll be here tomorrow. It may not be on my birthday, but she's coming. And it gives me the opportunity to not get behind on the things that I need to do, take care of my responsibilities. So I wouldn't have been able to, not that I wouldn't have been able to, because I still have my intuition, I have my soul wisdom, I have my discernment, right? I'm not going to say that I wouldn't have been able to show up for him that powerfully without the Living Soul, but I can definitely tell you that having the Living Soul helped me understand what was going on, right? And almost helped me save him from himself, but also kind of teach him a lesson in there as well, because he knows about his Living Soul. And he may not know all of the details of it, but he knows that he has a Living Soul. He knows he has a report and all those different things. And I was able to kind of help him understand that there could be this aspect of yourself that could show up. And it's going to be your responsibility to check yourself on that, so that you can stay in alignment with what it is you say your goals are. Because one thing about a soul promoter, and I said this in a recent video where I was talking about the soul promoter, because we're in the month of the 3. We're in the month of the soul promoter. The universal principle is care. The core value is going to be, let me get my cards, because I don't want to mess it up. Neutrality is what I think that is. Yes, the core value is neutrality. And in that video where I talked about the soul promoter, I talked about how the Red Cross was the perfect example of neutrality. The Red Cross wants to reach as many people as possible, regardless of your political beliefs, your religious beliefs, this color of your skin, where located demographically. That doesn't matter to the Red Cross. The Red Cross wants to access people in its field of interest, and that is those that need help. The Red Cross wants to provide help. The soul promoter is also, the driving pursuit is gratification. And one of the examples that I gave is that a person that has a living soul promoter in their chart, especially if it's more than once, they may do things like work just to travel the world, because they're seeking, their driving pursuit is that gratification. Their driving pursuit is what feels amazing about traveling. Experiencing different cultures, meeting new people, networking, like trying new foods, whatever that may be for them, that's the driving pursuit, is that gratification. So you may have a person that literally works just to travel the world. They have a home, they have a home base, but the home base may not be super warm or cozy. I mean, whatever it is, but the main focus is this gratification. It's like having Amazon Prime, instant gratification. Prime was created for living soul promoters, okay? So that was just an example, me talking about my son and just how beneficial this system is in helping you understand lovers, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, all of that. Get that person's living soul profile report so that you can really understand who they are, so that when they speak, when they move, when they do, when they show up, it makes sense. And you can also see and understand how you can relate with them. Understand their love style. Understand what incompatibilities or compatibilities that you may have with them. And you can tap into me for that as well, because we can do a lover's compatibility chart. Okay, so I just wanted to tap into the living soul with you all so that you can really understand on a deeper level the benefits of this system. This system is beautiful, 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 and it will really help you understand your emotional self. It's amazing. Even if you have older parents and you're taking care of your older parents, get their living soul profile report. Okay, so you can better communicate with your older parents. This can be used in so many ways. If you are a business, if you are a leader, I would love for you to reach out to me, because I would love to help you integrate this into your system, into whatever it is that you do for work, especially if you have employees. Reach out to me, because this is big for businesses, so big. So that's what I have for you. If you're still here, clearly you are vibing out with me and my energy and you're liking this content. So go ahead and like, share, or subscribe to this channel and like this video. And also I have an ebook coming out soon. It's an intro. And what it is just really going to break down the coaching side of Empress Expressions. I am a soul wisdom coach, and I specifically am called to, at this point in my life, to help women activate their soul wisdom. And the benefits of activating your soul wisdom as a woman is there's so many there, right? And those different things that activating your soul wisdom will help you do is going to be in that intro book, which is completely free. It's my gift to you. But after that, it's going to be followed by 5 other books. It's a series that I'm releasing. And each of those other books are really going to dive into the individual ways that the activation of your soul wisdom can help you. Those books will have a low cost fee to them. But that first book, like I said, is going to be free, and it's going to be my gift to you. So if you're interested in something like that, down in the description box below, you will see my email, which is soulwisdomcare@gmail.com. Feel free to email me, let me know who you are, introduce yourself to me, and let me know that you're interested in the book. And when that book releases, I will send you one directly from myself. Also, down in the description box below, there is a link for a living soul, for your living soul profile report. Tap into that. Super simple to fill out. There are specific instructions when you put in your birthday. Please be mindful of that when you do that. And after you receive that, you will probably, 9 times out of 10, want to go over that with someone. And that's when you reach out to me. I am a certified and ordained living soul profiler. And that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for vibing out with me and my energy here at Empress Expressions. Again, my name is Amber and I am the Empress here. And until next time, bye.